Hi everyone, Shabbat Shalom from me. This week's parasha is Shelach Lecha, and fascinating parasha. A number of portions now really show the Jewish people continuing in crisis now. So we've in a sense had our encampment around Sinai, the receiving of the Ten Commandments, then the moving off from Sinai, and now suddenly, even although the aim is of course to go into the land of Israel, we suddenly end up with crisis, and a crisis which will mean a delay of 40 years. And this all surrounds the sending of spies into the land of Israel to spy out how we would go in and I suppose conquer the land and live in the land and deal with the nations that live there. Now, was there a problem with sending spies? Well, clearly not, because the beginning of the parasha, we're told, Shelach Lecha, send. God actually agrees with the sending. There are some commentaries around how almost God was sort of bounced into this, that the people came to Moses in a chaotic manner and said, we desperately need to send the spies, send them. We need to know where we're going, what we're doing, how we're going into this land. And God agrees. But God does agree. Nachmanides, the 13th century rabbi from Spain, says the problem wasn't the sending of the spies. So remember, these spies go in, they spend a number of days in the land, 40 days actually. They come back with basically, yeah, this is the land we've seen. We've seen this land. It's good. It's got lots of fruit. It's a good place. And then, and at the same time, as there being lots of fruit, the people are strong. And what happens is the spies suddenly relate to insurmountable elements, as if to say, we can't go in. And the key word that changes here is the word ephes. They start by relating a number of facts. That's great. And then they say, but everyone, this land is big. There are giants living there. It's a land that devours its inhabitants. And that word but almost is a way of the spies who return to report to the rest of the land of the Jewish people, the Bnei Israel. It's almost a way of tilting, of biasing, of controlling how they give over the facts to the people. That one word, ephes, but just think about what we're about to say. We're going to tell you facts, but really those facts could be understood to mean it's insurmountable, even although God has said he'll be with us and we should go in. And so it really makes us think about how much of a responsibility we have, especially in teaching our children, to give them facts, I suppose, to open them up to what is, to give them the facts that we experience, right? The way we experience it from our identity, from our culture, our religion, but also to allow them, in a sense, enough freedom to develop their path within as well. And if they do that and they can think and they're not tilted, they also will develop the tools to deal with some of the uncomfortable facts that they will come across and the false news and the fake news that they come across as well along the way. It's a fascinating balance in this week's parasha between facts that never can be understood to be totally objective. We all have our way of relating to the facts, and how sometimes when we tell them over in a way that attempts to control the way the other receives them. Have a great Shabbat. Shabbat Shalom. Mazel Tov to Oliver Kohn, whose bar mitzvah is this weekend, and to Ruby Goodman, who's having a bat mitzvah ceremony tonight for Friday night. So mazel tov to all of you and the families, and Shabbat Shalom, everyone.